Hi everyone, I am Stephania and I am going to talk to you about focus today. And my kitty is also going to say hi because she likes to do that when I start talking. Anyway, so this is my camera. So for everyone that has uh, a semi-professional or a professional camera, like this is a Canon 5D Mark II, but you can have a Canon Rebel or anything like that, similar to that. The Nikons are similar to, but they do have different abbreviations and slightly different, slightly different abbreviations really for the same kind of things that they do. So I want to talk about focus because focus is one of those things that is kind of a mystery at the beginning when you first start photographing, especially people. So for some reason, a lot of people, and this happened to me, it happened to my sister, it happened to a lot of the people she was working with in a photography studio, that at the beginning, when you pick up one of these cameras, everybody has trouble focusing. And so I just kind of wanted to unpack that because it's still kind of, I still kind of think about it and I just don't really understand why. So I was just kind of trying to understand in the last few days, it just kind of came to me like, why did I do that? Because I know I don't have that problem anymore, and it just kind of switched around 6 months to a year into, after I started. Um, and all of a sudden I went from maybe like 50% blurry pictures to no blurry pictures really, or maybe like 2 in like 300 or something. So, for people, we always want to focus on the eyes. Obviously, we're going to focus on one eye. And so we can go in, I'm going to go into settings and things in some other video. But, if you focus on the nose and your f-stop is like 2.8, then your eyes are going to be, the eyes of the person are going to be blurry. And so, so I'm thinking there are two possibilities why, two potential reasons why that kind of happens to the beginners. One of them is kind of like not understanding the settings really well. Like they don't really understand how to create the right amount of light to enter into the camera so that you have a well exposed picture. So, if you underexpose it, but usually when you underexpose it and you, when you focus on the subject, you will hear this like the shutter just like close like really slowly, and it'll be like a weird noise that it'll make, like it's like really hard, like I'm not good at imitating sounds, but anyway, but that's really interesting because I used to be so focused on not moving so that the people don't get blurry and I don't blur the pictures, and I used to be so focused on it that I didn't even like hear these sounds, right? And then one day my sister said, "Hey, like you're underexposed because I can hear it." And I'm like, "What do you mean?" And she said, "Listen." So that's when I realized that the camera actually tells you when you're underexposed for the most part. It just makes like this weird noise that I tune out noises really well, so I couldn't hear it. I can hear it now though. So pay attention to the camera noise. So then this is like, let me see if I have good settings here. I don't know if you can hear it on there, but let's see. Can't even focus right now. Yeah, so good noise. Just fast shutter. We're good. The light is good. So you can tell if you're overexposed, you won't be able to tell by the noise, but you'll be able to the preview of the picture. So you take the picture and then you can look in the back right here and you're gonna see the picture, and you can set up your camera from the histogram to flash in and out if you have too much white area, too much overexposed stuff in your picture. And then so the histogram, so if you look at my camera, like you just go to the menu, and then you're gonna wanna go to the left, I think, wait, which one is it? you just kind of have to look at it. So it's going to be the fourth one. So you move through these like that with this button right here. It's going to be the fourth one, and there's highlight alerts right there, the first here, the first one, and make sure that's selected, and you want to enable it, and it'll tell you, it'll show up on your picture, disable, enable. So you use this dial to go between, right? So we want it enabled. Enable, click in the middle, we're good. So now anytime you overexpose the picture, if you look right away to your camera, to your view, to your preview of the picture, you will see the highlights go in and out. So let me see if I can show this, like with the real examples. Let me overexpose something. I don't know if I can overexpose at this point because it's very bright. It's kind of dark right now in here. So see how it goes in and out. The other thing that you can do, because it was just so short, so we're going back to the menu, and you're gonna go back to the first one right there, and you're gonna say review time. So this review time is the number of seconds that picture is going, the preview is going to show up. So let's move it a little bit. I want more than 2 seconds. Let's make it so that I can show you right now. Let's make it 8 seconds, which is a little excessive. Maybe you want 4. But then let me show you. So I'm going to do this again. And then let's see. See how it's showing all the areas? Ooh, all the areas that are overexposed will flash. So that's an indication for you that you need to retake that picture. You have too much light getting into the camera, so you have to adjust like your ISO or one of the variables, the f-stop or something, to get less light coming in. All right. So that's not really about focus, but it's kind of related a little bit. It's related to quality pictures. Okay, so the first thing that you can do about focus is, pay attention, basically, like to the sound. The other thing about focus that you're gonna have to do is, well, one of the things that is very basic, I guess, like when you're supposed to have this thing that I never use anymore, but you are supposed to put it on like that. And then when you take pictures, you want to hold your arms. See if I can get taller. You want to hold your arms close to your body and tighten up right over there. So you put your camera in, your whole body, your neck is like, everything is a little bit, this is not very good for posture. Everything is just, crouching over your camera and focus and stand still. And then you take a picture. And I actually, when I take the picture, I don't even breathe, or I breathe like out or something. But to this day, I won't breathe when I take pictures. When until I once I set it up and I'm like still. I don't like tripods, and I don't breathe until this picture that I hear the click. So it's interesting. So that will help you. The other thing that's going to help you, and I think this is something that I think that's the problem. I think that's why I didn't do well, as a beginner photographer. So there is this, in the back of the camera, we have these 3 buttons right here. So this one controls your focus. So normally you would want to be like, when you do things like, it just disappears so fast. When you do things like take photos in nature, cityscapes, landscapes, you want that focus point to be in the middle. So then when you look through your viewfinder, through your viewfinder right here to focus on the picture, you will have that, you will see all of these dots and you will see the one in the middle light up because that's the one you selected. Now, that is actually not very good when you take portraits of people, because if you keep that in the middle and you focus on the eyes are up, right? So I'm focusing on the eye, which is up, and then I have to reframe my camera to reframe so that I get their whole body and then click. So then when you move in that reframing, and because you don't have enough experience, or maybe the client moves or whatever, that's when I think a lot of blurring occurs. So what you want to do is you want to go to this, and for portraits, you want to put it to the right. You want to choose the one at the right there, the blue. I have a pen somewhere and now it disappeared here. This thing to the right over there. So when you turn your camera like this, right? And this will flash at the top, like at the eye level. And then you're gonna have like, you don't have to move your camera up and down to like catch the whole body, right? So it's pretty cool. This is something that I didn't really understand at the beginning. So I think it's very good to, very, very, very useful. The other one, if you're gonna take, because that's for portraits, if you're gonna take like a landscape, which I don't do as much when I take photos for people. So then you wanna have the highlighted button like at the top one right there, because it's still like, it's better, it's gonna be better. You're still gonna have to move your camera to catch more of the person, but it's not gonna be that big of a movement. So I think that's gonna help you with the focus. And I really think that that is probably the one thing that that I kind of missed for a while, and it took a while to, I'm not sure how I learned that, probably from the courses, from experience, from other people. But eventually I learned that, and I think that's probably when things switched. But I don't know. I have no way of telling because I can't go back and take blurry pictures. So tell me if you guys have tried it, and see if it works. See if any of these things work for you. So yeah, that's it for today. I'm gonna try to do some of these lessons, weekly, a couple of times a week. And then if you guys are interested, I have a photography course for sale, where I go in depth about all these, tips and tricks. I go into Photoshop, Lightroom, how to photograph people, how to use lighting, different lighting conditions, all the settings, things about settings that you might not know yet. So it's a great course, and I'm only giving it for $52 right now. If you pre-order it, it comes on December 22nd, so you can pre-order. The link is going to be below in the comments. I'm going to put it right there. So you can go to the link and you can order it if you would like. And please subscribe and like this video if you liked it. Share, write to me. I can answer questions if you have any questions. Thank you, and I will see you later. Bye.